Hey boys and girls, welcome back. This is the second video. Didn't do very good timing, so this one's just going to be maybe 5 minutes long, not very long at all. Should have split the videos up a little bit better, but wasn't keeping an eye on my time, and well, here we are, so deal with it. Anyways, last page here, and we're going to talk about the connection between photosynthesis and respiration. Remember, in the last video we left off, we were talking about how they were opposites of each other. So here we are at the top of the page. Connection between photosynthesis and respiration. As shown in figure 3, photosynthesis transforms energy from the sun into glucose, or sugar. During photosynthesis, cells use carbon dioxide to make glucose, and cells release oxygen. During cellular respiration, cells use oxygen to break down glucose and release energy and carbon dioxide. Each process makes the materials that are needed for the other process to occur. So I want us to highlight that very last sentence there. Each of these processes makes the materials that are needed for the other process to occur. Okay, that's kind of what we talked about at the very end there. It's just it's opposite of each other. Okay, and then lastly here, fermentation. Have you ever felt a burning sensation in your leg muscles while you were running? When muscle cells can't get the oxygen needed for cellular respiration, they use the process of fermentation to get energy. One kind of fermentation happens in your muscles and produces lactic acid. The buildup of lactic acid contributes to muscle fatigue and causes a burning sensation. This kind of fermentation also happens in the muscles cells of other animals and in some fungi and bacteria. Another type of fermentation occurs in some types of bacteria and in yeast, as described in figure 4. Okay, so first of all, it's fermentation in our bodies that they're talking about. So if you've ever ridden your bike really hard or ran really hard or worked out really hard and your muscles start burning, okay, that's when you can't get enough oxygen because you're breathing so hard. You can't get enough oxygen to successfully produce energy using cellular respiration, and your body changes from the way it uses or way it produces its energy into this process called fermentation. Okay, and it still produces the same kind of energy, it's just not as efficient. And the byproduct of that process, fermentation, is lactic acid, and that's what that burning is in your legs when you're riding your bike really hard. Okay, and then also yeast forms carbon dioxide during fermentation in the bubbles of carbon dioxide gas. So the holes in your bread, that's from fermentation also. Okay, so the last thing I want us to do is just take a highlight right here, and I want it in pink again. When muscle cells can't get the oxygen needed for cellular respiration, they use the process of fermentation to get energy. And I did a terrible job. Hopefully you do a better job than me of highlighting here. Okay. And boys and girls, that is it for this. Remember, the next thing you need to do is go to Notes 2 activity and go through, answer these 6 questions, and then fill in the blanks here. If you got any questions, Wednesday morning, 9 to 10 a.m., I got my office hours, give me a shout. Okay, sorry I didn't do a better job splitting these up, but this is a nice short one to finish out. Okay, have a great one, boys and girls.